One down straight away. The Bulls. Heady move. He is out in the middle because you'd have to say Evan Lewis, a little unlucky. Akmal went up. He was shrieking for it. Was coming Akmal. Keeper, Pakistan. For the Vikings. Dilshan, right arm around. And that'll be a boundary. Easy pickings on leg stump. And helped away. For the Vikings.
Well, Mehdi Maroof hasn't been around in this format too long. There we go. Just the sixth match for him, 61 runs. But love the way he got his first runs in this game today. You see, just drifting down leg and just helping the ball on its way. Try to swing the bat. Got a fair bit of bat on that one. And struck gold early in the innings. Been a bit of a mix. Got a couple of boundaries. We've got that wicket.
It's a better line, just rotation of the strike. So one to go in this opening over, 9 for 1, and yeah, I just think your right arm around in the angle and it's sliding. Lewis can count himself unlucky. Shafadullah, umpire. He's the man that counts, so you're going to look in the newspaper tomorrow, Mr. Lewis. LBW for 4, bowled Dilshan. And we thought this game was for batters.
Well balled.
Ends a successful over, the first one. 9 for 1 after 1. Match 13, unlucky for some. Certainly for Lewis, who's been adjudged the LBW for 4 in the opening over of this contest. Vikings, having won the toss, wanted to bowl first. And the Bulls, they'd played the same unchanged 11 for the previous 3 matches. Had to make 2 changes today of the Barisal Bulls. And the Vikings have made a few changes as well. It's very, very good looking 22 yards, I've got to say. Sun is out, the afternoon game. And this double header on the last day of November. Muhammad Amir is going to start from the pavilion end here at the Zahir Ahmed Chowdhury Stadium in Chittagong. Useful numbers, early start for him. But a left arm over. And Mehdi just runs it down to third man to rotate the strike over now to Ronnie to have a look, his first look today.
And is going to like that. Ronnie Talukdar has been on the fringes of the national team and is into his 14th match. And for the BPL 2015, we'll see what he's managed to achieve. Looks confident enough. Just sussing out the wicket. 4th match. 38 runs so far, best of 20.
Big shout, this list looks good as well. It is number 2, just like that, in the second over. And the Vikings are striking just when they need to at home.
Well, they're elated, and why not? I think this was a much closer call than the last one. Seemed to zip back. Let's have a look at this. Little bit of movement, just nip back a hair. Oh, maybe just above the knee roll, but it have gone on to hit the top of the middle stump, I think, and he's elated. That's the 7th wicket in this BPL. Mohammad Amir strikes.
Yeah, enough movement for me. I liked it. Just come back nicely. So Ronnie's gone for a duck. 10 for 2. Won the toss to the Vikings, and the Bulls are 2 down straight away. Here's Sabir Rahman in at number 4, finding himself in early doors. Only had 8 deliveries and only just into double figures are the double Bs having been inserted. Slip in, 3rd man and a fine leg. So Rahman just taking his time, getting organised in his stance. There's that ability, Mohammad Amir. I like that where the LBW where it did swing just enough, just fraction. I think it went on a bit more with the seam. The presentation was delightful.
This match for him, he's got 7 wickets already, and the last one was worth watching because look at shape. It's difficult for a left-arm bowler not using his angle just to curve it back, and there you see it's headed away and just nips back and catches him in front. Super delivery from Mohammad Amir, and he got a response from the umpire straight away. No problems.
That's what you notice. I think you look around the world, it's amazing how many there are of left arm quicks. And of course you think of Mitch Johnson just retiring now, Mitchell Starc taking over for the Aussies. He's got a foot problem, and the test match just finished in Adelaide. And you look at Trent Bolt, there's another one, a good left arm. The presentation of the seam is so vital.
And Danny, one bowler you haven't possibly had a look at is Mustafizur Rahman from Bangladesh. He's been a revelation in the recent past. Boxed batters from all around the world.
Now at the moment, Amir just pushing this across, looking perhaps for a bit more pace, bit of energy since he got an early wicket. Wants to produce that one that comes back. Couple across wide to Rahman. Does he bring this one back? 1 to go in the second over. Is this the one? Comes back in the air. Bit like Ronies that came back and trapped him in front for North. LBW. This goes through. 10 for 2 after 2. Both openers gone without troubling the scorers too much. Lewis 4, only a blob. And now we've got Heady. He's off the mark with half a dozen. The Bears yet to get underway, but he's just got out there batting at number 4. So Dilshan bowls an over and disappears. Tamim ringing the changes. Here's your mate Islam.
Yep, Shafiul Islam, there's a man who can keep it tight. He's a very wicket-to-wicket bowler. Wiry character. He just have that little bit of extra nip. Sometimes he seems innocuous. 44th match for him, 37 wickets, and that tells you a story because can be very accurate.
He starts down the leg side just after you've said that, Shammers. What are you doing?
Put the mockers on him, didn't I? But normally that's a loosener, I'll give him that. But just going back to the start of starts by Barisal Bulls, we'll have a look at Shafiul's release. Maybe at that point he tried to slow it down, try to just cut the side of the ball, and in the process lost his line completely. But just the starts in the recent past. Barisal Bulls, I'll come back to that in a minute. Have a look at the bowler stats for Shafiul Islam. There you go, 44th match, 5.08. Good economy rate, and he's got 37 wickets, best of 3 for 22. His mates, the other two bowlers, have given him that extra bit of spurt to actually tighten things up. Barisal Bulls having lost 2 wickets. That's just going back. Barisal Bulls against the Riders, 4 for 3, 34 for 2 against the Sylhet Superstars, 3 for 2 against Comilla, and they've lost 2 wickets early today. So they're not good starters of their innings, despite the fact that they've won 2 out of their 3 games.
Got a big shout. Was it Pad first? There's the third one. Third LBW was Pad before Bad. Spot of bother. Are the Bulls here?
Goodness, what is going on here? Just can't seem to place bat on ball. Have a look at this. I think it's just nipped inside the line. Have a look at this. Yeah, he just closed the face of the bat. Can't afford to do that when your pad is in line with the stance. Must be going on to hit the leg stump, I'd suspect. And a good enough decision from umpire Sharfudullah Shaikat. The dreaded finger goes up.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I think that's ripping out leg stump from a bowling perspective. Rahman goes for a duck. It's 12 for 3. Captain finds himself in rather early, or earlier than he would have liked, of course. 2.2 overs have been done, and that's all. So Muhammadullah, if ever you need the captain to turn it on, having lost the toss, he wanted to bowl first as well, did Muhammadullah. Didn't go his way, and he's in here because Rahman couldn't get any willow on this one. Missed it, probably would have ripped out leg pole.
Told you, here's a wicket-to-wicket bowler. You miss, I hit, and that's what Shafiul is so good at.
So far, signs are pretty good of this fresh surface here in Chittagong. It looks to be sliding on. Batters have simply got to get the blade on that leather. It's coming down. Yeah, we were out there, weren't we, Shammers, before the toss from Pat Simcox, and the two captains had a good look. And live grass is always a delight to see. It helps. People get a bit paranoid that it's going to be doing too much, but this helps the ball come on.
Absolutely. I think it's good for both the bowlers and the batsmen. We've been talking about slow pitches in Dhaka. This one's a little lively, encourages the bowlers, but the batsmen have not been able to adjust.
Wants to get off the mark. Does the skipper, who incidentally is the only player for the Bulls to get a half century as the captain. So a lot relying on him, and again today. Started with Dilshan. LBW there. Said it was going to hit leg stump. This one looked good though. Amir brought it back, and now here. Falling over was Rahman. Couldn't get any bat on ball, and he's back to the pavilion. Another good delivery, asking questions on about off stump.
Well, Barisal can take heart from the fact that they won 2 of the 3 games. They're 4 for 3 against the Rangpur Riders and won that game by 13 runs, as we have another look at that delivery. They won by 1 run against the Sylhet Superstar. They were 34 for 2. So they must be telling themselves, look, we've had bad starts. We've recovered. We've gone on to win the match. So let's carry on and try to reshape the innings.
Last ball's another good one. Has to be played. 3 done, 13 for 3. BRFB, Bangladesh Premier League, powered by the BFL, is here in Chitters by the sea. Shammers alongside, loving it.
Chitters, Shammers, you're going to confuse all our viewers. You've got to decipher that at certain times. I must tell you, it's good to have you here, Danny. And viewers across the world will be anticipating a bit of craziness in the commentary box when he's around.
Well, I can't see the big zoom slide. Have that in other parts of the world, of course. Like to get a little bit freshened up, diving into a swimming pool or two. Light refreshments, sidelined, of course. Good old Caribbean Premier League, you can get away with most things there. Here's Asif Hassan. So we've gone back to a bit of spin. We started from this broadcasting end with Dilshan. Now we're going to the pavilion end. T20 debut, I'm just being told. A little left arm orthodox. Looking forward to this, Shammers.
Yep. No dearth of left arm orthodox spinners from Bangladeshi point of view. They seem to be churning them out like a factory. But it's been good to see some of new pace bowlers making their presence felt. Just a few jitters early on. First ball in his T20 career. Mohammad Al-Riyad realizing that possibly. The wily old customer he is, the experienced player. Making him wait for it. Then settling down.
Hovered in nicely. Certain element of risk with the stroke, because it certainly was zipping in towards off stump. But they get a couple.
Seemed to be the arm ball straight away. Didn't have a lot of turn, and you're right, he was cramped for space. Did very well, the batter, to put it away. Now, was that arm ball intentional? That is the question.
Lovely wrist work from Muhammadullah. And this time, bit of footwork followed up. So a little bit of pressure on the young man up against Muhammadullah. Bit of pressure on this fella too. Lucky it's cooling off, I've got to say, Shamim. This is the coolest I've ever been in Chittagong.
Well, you've got to be cool when Danny Morrison is around. By the way, that you just saw was not Danny Morrison. This is Danny Morrison. Maybe looking as crazy as ever. You know, we're going to have a lot of fun when you're around, and control yourself. That's all I want. Don't go overboard, but the crowd's just waiting to see you in action.
Well, we got along to the, I got to say, got along to the Chittagong club. Ali Campbell. Simo was just too tired, too busy. Long flight, I've got to say. Went from Brisbane to Melbourne, Melbourne to KL, KL to Dhaka, Dhaka to Chittagong.
Brilliant. You remembered it all. But at the end of all that, you still had the energy to join us. And we went over and relaxed. It was very nice out on the veranda of the Chittagong club. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely divine. So I've been coming here for just over a decade now, and it'd be rather rude not to get there to the Chittagong club, the Gong.
Come on, lads. Come on, boys. Come on.
It was a lovely evening spent flying in, wet the whistle, and then go to bed. Footwork. So thinking about two, as a miss it, an inside edge allows a couple more. 18 for 3 here. Just tuned in, the Vikings. They won the toss, and they'll be delighted with proceedings so far. 4 overs done, 18 on the board only. But look at that wickets column. Dominating by the CVs. Delighted with this will Timim put the opposition in. So the Bulls battling somewhat in Chittagong.
Both captains would have decided to bat first, the bowl first rather. That surprised me. I think surprised Simmer when he asked, why do you want to bowl first on a wicket like this, which looks full of runs? But it seems that those captains read the wicket much better, and the bowlers have lived up to the expectations. The batters, maybe one was unfortunate, a couple of shots that could have been avoided.
Another good start from Islam. Yeah, just on that, another one from Stats Guru Corner. Now to the 17 matches played. Matches played here, 17 T20 to field first, winning second, 1-8. So not a lot in it. And whether that has a bearing on it, I don't know. Some lovely feeling now. Thought for a minute with the dive and the save. Confusion from the men in the middle with bats in hand.
Good enough to be the one.
And Dilshan it is.
And when it's Dilshan, you don't
hard work
run
is king.
and oh, poor guy, wanted to recover, slip. Very fortunate.
Where people punch in early and lead
Look at
late.
that.
And so is it
little
any
bit of fumble.
surprise
That
that when
old
a true hero
adage
is born,
saying, do not run on
that
a
they come
misfield.
from a place like
Almost
this?
got him.
Yeah,
Rams
poor
will be
Mahedi.
the heroes of the
Slipped with
Hunger
the turn.
Games.
So you've got to say you're batting in half
And all
spikes
those clock
as
in
opposed to
daily.
the full spikes. On the heels.
Watch the
turn
Hunger Games
and,
Mockingjay Part
feet
2,
go.
now playing in theaters. And hurry in
Oh,
for
this
sure.
is
And maybe offer
delightful.
75
There's
months
that
on a
extra
2015
little
Ram
bit of zip
1500
we're
model.
all
Ends
thinking
November
and
30th.
talking about.
We've got just one thing to say
With this
to any
fresh
industries that
grass.
says to
Just watch
protect
this
your
one.
engine from corrosion
Slightly
better than
scrambled
Prestone
seam,
with
but
core
look at
guard
that extra
inhibitors.
bounce. And
Wire,
Akmal
wire,
takes it about
hands
thigh
on
high.
fire.
We expected
That's
that
right.
carry.
We said it.
We also thought that
For
the
long
batters
range
would
life,
have
Prestone
that little bit of
Rated
advantage
mature.
that they didn't have in Dhaka, with the ball not coming on and the stroke making a little difficult, waiting to manufacture your shots. Here you'd use the pace of the ball. Not happening.
A lot of bottom hand and wrist work in this. A bit of whippage and only a single. With fine leg out, they've moved the man to sort of a deep backward square or slightly in front of square to cover this one. Geez, it would have raced away for 4 any other time.
Yeah, I think they anticipated that Mahmudullah was going to play it more square than forward of the wicket. Yes, actually, initially I thought he was shaping to play it further forward, but it went sliced it a little bit, maybe the inside part of the bat, and there was protection there.
And change up. There's a lot of that. Not only in this part of the world, this form of the game. Loft cutters, break your wrist across it, bamboozle the batsman with lack of pace on the ball. And the fans that are so knowledgeable in this part of the world starting to chant and get rather excited with this Bangladesh Premier League for 2015.
And with the local team doing well, taking early wickets, they'll be absolutely delighted.
Just a single off the last delivery. And just 3 from it, 21 for 3.
Barisal Bulls batting first after coming Iqbal. The Chittagong Vikings captain put them into bat, have lost 3 wickets. Look at that. Even Lewis coming in first match, Ronnie Talukdar and Shabbir Rahman. Particularly Shabbir, they would expected Barisal Bulls to really step on the gas, and he can want to take the game by the scruff of the neck, not to be.
The balance of your side is crucial, I think, in this this modern era. Left arm quick or 2. Classic right-hander in terms of maybe swinging it away. And then you've got a left arm orthodox spinner or 2. If you're lucky, one of them's an all-rounder, can bat maybe 6 or 5 even. And well, if you're really lucky sometimes, a couple of genuine left arm swing quick bowlers. That left arm round the wicket. Very, very dynamic in the modern game. We've seen it so often at international level and at T20 leagues around the globe, having a lot of good left-arm quicks.
Mohammad Amir is just coming back for his second over. Look at that. He's really changed his bowling over. Dilshan getting a wicket in his first over. Amir getting one. They were taken off. Sheffield brought in. He took a wicket. Asif, the new man. So he's ringing the changes, Tamim Iqbal, not allowing the batsman to settle down. Tried to cut bat, couldn't get bat on ball, very lucky. I'd have liked, with the position they are in, 21 for 3, Tamim Iqbal should have had a slip in. I think there's a little shape in the bowling.
Agree wholeheartedly, Shamim. Again, we've seen that in the modern game, and not just because I'm a New Zealander. I think you even saw the English taking a leaf out of McCullum's book in 50-over cricket, and even in this form of the game. You've got to be aggressive. Now, he's going to come Amir left arm round. I like this too. But if you get the line and the length right, and there is that little bit of movement in the air because it's a new ball, of course, you want to have a slip in at least one. He's bowling in good areas because he's confident, because he's got a wicket early. So you've got to back up your bowler and back your bowler to say, listen, let's have a slip in. Let's go for the jugular. Look for wickets number 4 and 5.
You know what that lack of slip is doing to the bowler? He's coming around. He's not using that angle. If he came over the wicket, and he's coming around the wicket now because he's got that protection. Now the fielder from deep third man has come in to the circle. He's been forced the bowler to come around the wicket, not using the natural angle and taking it away from the right-handed batsman.
Crisp stroke, will only be a single. Some very good fielding and some good backing up. Yeah, but I still don't mind it, Shammers. I don't mind it, the left arm. If he's got the ability to then maybe use the angle and then get the straighten, it can go on and leave the right hander just subtly, just enough. And then you're going to ask questions, but you've got to have the slip in. And if there is an edge, give yourself the opportunity to get men out.
Yeah, so early in the innings with the proud seam of the wall. It's not very abrasive, the wicket, yet. There's still enough new ball swing available.
And no dew factor. Might happen in the evening. Wonderful stuff. 6 done. It's 22 for 3. 2 for 3. Victorians up the top there. Please Merv Hughes. Rangpur Raiders. The double R's and then the double D's and then the double B's. It's all happening here in Bangladesh. And the superstars from Sylhet, they're dead last. They've got a bit of work to do. But gorgeous conditions for batting and simply playing cricket. Being out there, not a cloud in the sky. And it is a wonderful looking workbench.
Well, the Barisal Bulls won't be too happy with their lowest power play score in this tournament so far. Here, 22 for 3. They've done 33 against Rangpur, 45 against Sylhet Superstars, 26 against Comilla, Victorians. So they've got their work cut out here. They've got to ensure that they dig themselves out of the hole and or claw out of the hole they've dug for themselves, basically, with the loss of 3 early wickets. Look at this. These are the ships you can see out there in the Bay of Bengal. And this is one of those grounds. You can see the ships. You will soon see a train. The buses to our left. And of course, once in a while, you'll see a helicopter or a plane flying over. So all modes of transport covered here at the Zohar Ahmad Chaudhry Stadium.
Very, very spoiled. Shanners. And a nice breeze, nice little sea breeze coming in. Here in the goal. There's a full toss, very friendly and lucky. There's only got men in run-saving positions outside the 30-metre circle now. There's Inamal Huq. Again, more slow left-arm orthodox. Sunglasses on.
I sometimes wonder about those sunglasses, Danny. Do they help or do they disrupt your eyesight? Oh!
Oh! And bingo, there's the first one. Maximum, that's gone all the way. Yes, it was a full toss, but in the way it was just a little chip. Clean enough for the maximum.
Well, young Mehdi Maruf is not going to hang about when a lollipop like that is offered to him. He's going to put it away. That's a bold stroke. Ah, easy picking. Just had to get underneath that one. Did that exceedingly well, this young man in his first T20 game. A good, better ball, better comeback delivery from Inamal Huq Jr.
Just the 10 for the BPL. 10-6 for the Bulls, that is, in this tournament. For the Barisal Bulls have only hit 10 maximums. Need to get a wriggle on. 29 maximums for Chittagong in comparison. Back in the 2. Lovely little weighted dab into the onside, and that's smart batting. Very good running between these two.
So look at that 6. It was tossed up 1-2, couple of steps down. Swings it around. He got in the meaty part of the bat. No question. It was going for the maximum. Using confidence at the moment. Taking walkies down. Play the shots.
Start on this. Ends the 7th. 31 for 3 now.
4.43 runs to the over, the last over, a better one, but it's been a struggle from the get-go, losing wickets too early on The Barisal Bulls, it's been their problem really in this tournament thus far. Been under the pump, top order, haven't been able to deliver. There's some early support in for, well, you guessed it, the Vikings, the hometown. The stadium filling up nicely as well. Told that it's a sellout. So as the evening game progresses, we should see a very festive atmosphere here in Chittagong. Elton Chigumbura, the Zimbabwe captain, into the attack. 76 wickets in his 116 games. Economy rate of a shade over 8, so probably a little on the expensive side, but a best of 5 for 13. Doesn't do much bowling for the Zimbabwe national team these days, but entrusted to do a wee bit of work here for the Chittagong Vikings. They need a wing, that's for sure. Only one in the last 4 encounters, Chittagong Vikings. So just remember that it's just 15 minutes earlier the start for the next game. That's the evening game. It'll be at 6:30. That's Bangladesh Standard Time. Comilla Victorians against the Sylhet Superstars. Sylhet Superstars, well, they've been unlucky to say the least in this particular tournament, losing 2 of their games by only 1 run. They're not on the scoreboard yet to get off the mark, so they're going to look for their first victory hopefully later on. Oh, he's got away with that. Wide, short, and maybe the change of pace, maybe trying that slower ball bouncer, and that's what saved him.
Good afternoon all. Yep, the pace. That's the change. So 32 for 3. Some work to be done. Is it going to go all the way? Yes, it is. What a shot is that? My goodness.
Just a flick of the wrist, that's all it was. Got down low, was a full toss. So that's come right out the middle of the bat. Extraordinary. There he goes, just flick of the wrist. Well, if you wanted evidence of the standard of cricket bats these days and the willows that are there, have a look at that.
That is so extraordinary.
Your day, Simmer, you've been caught by the umpire.
Man, that was unbelievable. I reckon he just flicked it. I mean, he hasn't even, not even a swing. There's no body power, nothing. Just a flick of the wrists. Look at that.
He held the pose, didn't he? He knew exactly as he hit it that he's got all of it.
Come on, lads, come on, boys. Back up the ball, boys.
9 in the previous over and 9 runs thus far from this particular Chigumbura over. So important when you do get some impetus with a decent over that you back it up and try and build on that momentum, and that's exactly what they've been able to do in this over. Should be able to come back for 2, placed nicely. Just eluding Dilshan at backward point, and a lot of work to do for the square sweeper out on the offside. Decent sized field this as well, Chittagong, so there'll be plenty of 2s on offer.
It is, but it's very quick over the outfield. The ball gets to those outfielders very quickly, almost quicker than I think I'm seeing in Dhaka. So although there are 2s, watch out for run-outs here.
It's been all over the place really in this over. Elton Chigumbura not getting the radar on 2 wides. He's got away with a couple as well that was short and wide. 12 off the over thus far, so still a ball remaining. Trying for the Yorker, another full toss will be a boundary. Expensive over, experiment doesn't work for Tamim Iqbal. 16 from it, 8 overs bowled. 47 for 3. Exactly what was required from the Barisal Bulls' perspective. They needed to up the ante, get the run rate moving in the right direction. They've managed to achieve that in the last couple of overs. 16 from that last Chittagong over, 9 from the previous over. So that's very, very good so far as their progression is concerned. 47 now for 3. So they're just under 6 to the over now from being just over 4 a couple of moments ago.
And they've got some momentum now. They've got momentum back into the game, into the innings now. And that over from Chittagong was really poor. There was no pattern to it. It was all over the place. Full tosses, long hops. Just get them off the hook. I sense their confidence is going up a little bit now.
What's important from their perspective, Barisal, that once they've got this momentum, we talk about that word and how important it is to building an innings, but they can't lose a wicket now. They've got to consolidate that. The last thing you want is a couple of good overs, batsmen just getting in and then play a silly shot, knock it up in the air somewhere and lose a wicket and you're back to square one again.
It's been the pattern in the entire competition, is just when batters have got in, they're flattered to deceive. They've got themselves set. We haven't seen 80s and 90s, even not even close to that. It's been in and got 30, 40 and then given it away. And that's really caused the low scores. The only time we've seen someone really bat like that is Kumar Sangakkara the other night. He showed the way.
It was just a textbook T20 innings, wasn't it? And not only from his perspective, but from the team perspective as well. The way they built it. And on a pitch in the evening that was conceding just over 100 on average, to get 170, I think they got 165, 170, was a tremendous effort. And it was just built around smart cricket, maintaining momentum, picking the gaps, not taking undue risk. And you're right, it was a great lesson in how to build an innings, even in the short format of the game.
Got away with 2 balls down leg right now.
To 4 dot balls prior to this, and then just the single. Good comeback from the Chittagong Kings the other night. He started off wonderfully well. All the ease and grace in the world, just timed it into the gap. Vidal Edwards, plenty of pace, so he was able to use that. That was a no ball. And all the shots all around the ground showed his full repertoire with Kumar Sangakkara. That'll be 2, so just the 3 from the over. 50 up now for 3. Time also, I reckon, for a strategic timeout. Yeah, there's the confirmation of that. So Barisal Bulls, 50 for 3. 50 for 3, the Barisal Bulls. They had a very ordinary start, losing wickets early, and a recovery now of sorts. That's how they went down. Dilshan forced over. Lewis adjudged LBW. There's another LBW shot. Good swing. And then the third one, another LBW as well. So all LBW shout. And the umpires called into action early and reacting in the affirmative in every single one of the appeals. Well, we'd like to welcome all our viewers from across the globe. We're watching the third edition of this BPL, and this feed is going to the Caribbean via Flow Sports, USA and Canada by ESPN, India Neo Sports, Pakistan Geo Super, Middle East and North Africa BeIN Sports, Ireland Setanta Sports, and in the UK Premier Sports. And this HD television coverage is also covering all angles of the game by use of 24 high cameras. We hope you're enjoying our coverage. It's certainly been an exciting tournament thus far. Plenty of ups and downs and thrills and spills. And we're anticipating another mouth-watering encounter here. The Barisal Bulls have played 3 games. They've won 2, win again, and they, for a little part of an hour or so, will be close to the top of the table. But the Chittagong Vikings, desperate for a win, only 1 from 4. Here's another flick. Just eluding the man at square leg. Great effort in the outfield. It's always difficult as a fielder. You're thinking of the catch and am I going to get there? Am I not going to get there? And he put in the dive at the end, made a good save.
More often than not, you're thinking about your teeth. Got to commit to it. Teammates are all looking. You're thinking, oh, he's got to commit to it. One of those little flick shots across the leg side, but there he had to make a call and he did well.
That's up in the air again, as this time I think it should be out. Yeah, it is. Tried the little flick again, not enough on it. Just eluded the field of the previous delivery, but not on this occasion.
Well, we speak about it so often. There's 2 men back. The future of hitting it in the middle every time over the heads is surely limited, especially if you've got an offside field that you can hit through. It's the slower ball. It's off stump. There's 2 men waiting. And you've got to clear them every time. You've got to be brain dead to think about going that shot every time. What's he doing? He's knocked his side now. They lose another wicket just when they don't need it. So 52 for 4 as Maroof goes for 28.
Pat Simcox and I were talking about momentum and the need to gain that momentum, to rub it in when you've got it going, not lose a wicket. And, well, they've lost a wicket. Just.
And they probably talked about it in the drinks break. We're starting to get back in the game here, boys. We started badly. We're almost there. Just keep knocking it around. Make sure we pick up the bad ball, knock it for 4. Don't look for anything silly. If you want to win this competition, you need top orders to score runs.
going to make runs by making smart decisions. And too often in this tournament, in the first 6 overs, just haven't seen enough smart decision making. I don't know what you think, Pat, but in Dhaka there's that pitch in the evening. Yes, it was difficult, but was it that difficult that the team should be bowling for 100, 108, 89, 90?
I think you're making a good way of putting it, is decision making. No doubt everybody can hit a cover drive and a volley for 4 and put away a cut if it's a short ball. That's part and parcel of the game. But the right decision making in shot selection, that's the key. That's understanding how the game hangs together. Reading the pitch, understanding where your team is at the moment. Too many false shots when the game doesn't need it. I guess that's called experience in a way.
Unnecessary shots. You're right, you've summed it up well there in explaining that decision making. Single to end the 10th, halfway now, 55 for 4. Mahmudullah, the captain, with plenty to do, 19 of 23. If they're going to get something that's competitive here, the Barisal Bulls, he's going to need to bat these next 10 overs. Try and get them round about that 130, 140 mark. We don't know how this pitch is going to play as our stay here in Chittagong wears along, and whether that will be enough to defend. All accounts, it looks a good surface. And I think that they're probably not where they should be at the moment, the Barisal Bulls. We haven't seen anything untoward insofar as prodigious spin or seam is concerned. So it'll be interesting to see where they end up. Now, this was Maruf. There's that little flick. We talked about it. Stunning shot. Just a flick of the wrist. Straight after the drinks break. Another little flick just in front of the man at mid-wicket. Very next ball. Exactly the same shot. And way up in the air. This time doesn't get away with it and perishes.
We talk about decision making when you're batting. There's also decision making that needs to be done when you're bowling. A lot of people don't understand that. Get to a point in the over where you know a couple of dot balls. Don't try anything silly. Cut away nicely. Should just be a single. It is. That's good fielding.
Into a second over, Asif Hassan. Needed 8. Yet to take a wicket. You must love it when you see a spinner just give it a bit of air and get a bit of turn.
I just love that delivery. Wide-ish of the crease, lobbed up, just enough to beat the bat. Oh, beautiful. But what does he follow it up with now? Put some doubt in the mind that there's a bit of spin.
A very, very good response. Excellent shot. Down the wicket, just opened the face slightly and hit it up and over extra cover. One of the more difficult strokes to play. And he's just been beaten the ball before. So to have the courage and the skill to perform that the very next ball. Excellent.
Well, as a bowler, you've got to hand it to the bat, haven't you? You've got to say, that's so brave, that's a lot of courage there. If you want to keep doing that, that's fine. I'll just, you know, keep doing it. I don't mind being hit for 4 like that. I really don't. Good shot.
Nobody in the circle on the leg side, so chips it up. Think of 2, but stays at 1. 8 runs off the 11th over, 63 for 4. The Elton Chickenborough experiment not working for Tamim Iqbal, but the rest of the bowlers doing a pretty decent job. All of them have been called in to do a specific job, perform a specific task, and stuck to it pretty well thus far. Seven bowlers used in the first 11 overs, so really shuffling it around, Tamim Iqbal. Big appeal, got him. Another LBW. Playing across the line, trapped him on the crease. Big appeal, and the umpire did the rest.
Number 4. It's raining LBWs. Now let's have a good look. Is it the slower ball? Yes, it is. And I reckon that's pretty good. If you're not going to give that out, that's a bit high. It might have hit him a little bit earlier than that. I think it might have hit him just a little bit earlier. Yeah. Okay, so that's a big wicket now. 63 for 5 as Chaudhry goes for 7.
He's just a spectator at the other end, Mahmudullah Riyad, the captain of the Barisal Bulls, as Prasanna comes to the wicket. They're in a world of trouble here. 63 for 5. We're in the 12th over. Four LBWs. That last one in real time, I think if you're the umpire, you're giving that out. Maybe, in retrospect, height may be an issue. But when you're seeing this, hits him on the knee roll, front of middle, I think that you've got to give those out, don't you? And on these particular wickets, that just stay down a little bit. Hitting on the knee roll is okay. That's hitting the top of the stumps. That's okay. That's the captain. A lot going through his mind, Mahmudullah Riyad. 47 matches for Prasanna. Strike rate is very healthy, 156. Best of 12, so probably used to batting down the bottom of the order, but given the opportunity to bat at 7 in this Barisal Bulls outfit.
Well, 65 for 5. On a pitch that really hasn't gone up and down, it hasn't gone sideways, it hasn't been a lot of swing, it hasn't spun. Really, you look at the way they've got themselves in that position, it's just wickets falling and no momentum. Just haven't had anybody stay in long enough.
Yeah, you're right, they just haven't been able to build a partnership. Lost wickets at regular intervals. There was a small one between Maruf and captain Mahmudullah, and that threatened for a while. A couple of big overs, and they would have harboured hopes of putting some more runs on the board and getting to that 140, 150. I think that seems a far cry now. Just looking now to bat out their remaining overs, and if they can do that at 6 and over, we'll give them round about that 110, 115. Maybe they can scrape it up to 120. But Mahmudullah's the key, no doubt about that. 12 overs bowled, 67 for 5. .23 of 27 for Mahmudullah Riyad, 28 of 25 for Mehdi Maroof. That's the partnership I'm talking about. But the rest, 4-0-0-7. And Prasanna now 2 not out. Just haven't been able to get to grips with the bowling, with the wicket. Three games prior to this one, the Barisal Bulls, their scores have been 155, 108 and 89, so the latter two, and then today obviously 69 for 5, and cause for some concern.
Yeah, and that 155, if I'm not mistaken, they recovered from it. You remember Cooper, and a couple of them got runs there, if I remember that game, right at the back end. But they've got such a good bowling side, top bowling side. They've just got to get enough runs.
Runs an issue, and they've had to recover the whole time. Never got off to a decent start. 4 for 3 in the first game, 34 for 2. Second game, 3 for 2 in the third game, and today 10 for 2. You're just really behind the black ball straight away when your openers can't get out there and take advantage of that first 6 overs and really set the tempo for the innings. They've just been playing catch up the whole time, which is an incredibly difficult way to play cricket.
Especially you've got Mohammad Sami and Cooper bowling so well. Another LBW, I couldn't believe that. Wide of the crease, going down by a week.
Oh, you're right, their bowling saved them. And they've got Mohammad Sami, got Al-Amin, they've got Tajul Islam, and Kevin Cooper. He got 5 for in that first game. So they've relied heavily on that bowling side to extract them from trouble. It's a tale of two teams here, really, because the Chittagong Vikings have had a really good tournament with the bat, 170, 180, and their bowlers have been nowhere, not been able to defend those scores.
So for them, right now, this must feel like unbelievable. This is new territory, having a side at 71 for 5.
Singleton in the over 5 from at 13 bowls, 72 for 5. That tells the story. Best bowling figures, top 2 bowlers from the Barisal Bulls. Kevin Cooper 5 for 15 and Al-Amin his 5 for 36, including a hat-trick. What a spell of bowling that was. Kulasekara, Mohammad Shahid Shakib and Muhammad Amir in the other spots with 4 wickets apiece. Persisting with slower ball, the off-cutter Zia Rahman. Just cuts the fingers across the seam and just a little early through the shot.
Well, you miss it, and you miss it. Now, you've missed it. It's a dot ball. And really, if you just need to get a bat on it, just knock it in mid-wicket. There's a single, if not two, if you weight it well. A slog across the line, you miss a dot ball under pressure.
Going to come back for two. Oh, got him. Got sent back. Had to make the turn, slipped. And I think he's short here. The body language tells a story. And I think maybe they've got their man.
Yep, so do I. I think he's gone. And I don't think there was a second. I know he wanted it, but the outfielding was outstanding. He was quick to the ball, and it was a good throw. I know he just moved a little bit down. Let's have a look. Does he bump the stumps?
Good spot, Simo. I think that as he's gone to catch the ball, the left hand, a few of those digits have disturbed the bail.
For my money, he's bumped those stumps.
He's going to get a reprieve here, Mahmudullah Riyad, and it's a big reprieve because he's the only man that stood in the way between total catastrophe and the Barisal Bulls maybe getting a respectable total, and he's going to still be there courtesy of Zia Rahman, just knocking the stumps. What a return from the deep, right over the top of the stumps. Doesn't get any better than this. And a take would mean that the bails would have been whipped off. I think he would have got his man, would have been out by a foot or so, but because he's disrupted the bails, this will give us a better angle. There we go. Before the ball arrives, he's disturbed the stumps and the bails come off, so regardless of what transpires after that, it'll be not out.
Well, Mahmudullah has got a perfect line on that. Look at that. He must have seen what happened there. He got up straight away. He wasn't walking anywhere. He walked straight across and said, I'm not moving. Bowler now, you see, for me, the bowler, now once he must know it as well. Got to know it.
Come on, third umpire, what are you waiting for? It's done. Enough replays. Evidence is very clear. Get your digit on the green button and press not out. What a return, though. We keep saying it. That's magnificent from the outfield. Doesn't get any better than that. And Zia Rahman just been not able to gather the ball. I suppose the angle that it was coming at and from where it was coming from, very difficult not to disturb the stumps before making the take. Probably not all his fault. It was just such a good throw. So we should see the not outside. There we go, confirmation of that. And they get a reprieve to the Barisal Bulls. Mahmudullah thinking of two, going a bit too far down, slipping. And he's got a reprieve because the bowler has disturbed the timber prior to taking the ball.
Gee, you make a good point. It is such a difficult take when the ball is 3 inches from the wickets without got to catch it way in front. Can't wait for the ball to get to you. It's that good. Wonderful fielding. Great throw. Quick to the ball he was.
That's up in the air. Is it in the gap? Yep, it is. Up and over mid-wicket. What a shot. Prasanna just new to the crease. Another change of pace.
Once he middled it, was gone.
Yeah.
He'll need to pitch it up a little bit more if he bowls there at that pace with a little bit of cut on it. Could go again.
Seven and over from here gives 124. 9 and over gives 137. If they can hang about, find a few boundaries, still not impossible to get around about that 140 mark. Goes again. Has it gone all the way? Yes. Exact replica of the previous stroke.
Well, because it's the exact replica of the last ball. Short, slow, and it's got hit me all over it.
Top shot. Mid-wicket's gone a little straighter now.
Well, he needs to go further back.
Yeah, maybe in the front row of the seats. He's striking it well, Prasanna. Come to the wicket and done a good job thus far. Goes again. This time doesn't get all of it. Bottom of the bat and bounces quite a long way in front of the man at long on. This is what we're talking about, though, isn't it? He's at 2 sixes, an opportunity just to single, get down the ground. I mean, what if he had holed out there at long on? What do you say? What would we have set up here? But what do you say as the coach or your teammates going, what are you doing? That's how you do it. 15 from the over. Great over for the Barisal Bulls. 87 for 5.
Barisal Bulls 87 for 5. Look at that Manhattan. Couple of good overs, but not enough. Losing wickets at regular intervals, that's what's pegged them back. 3 very early in the innings and a couple in the recent past. That's the train coming out of Chittagong Port. Not going at a rate of knots, just like the Barisal Bulls innings at the moment.
Yeah, something's got to give now. A half down. But, captain is still there.
Okay, Amrin's ready. Let's go down.
The whole stadium is buzzing up with the supporters of Chittagong Vikings. I've got 2 beautiful girls who are sitting right beside me. So hello, beautiful, who are supporting today. Oh, you're supporting Chittagong Vikings, right? So who's your favorite player?
My favorite player is Tamim Iqbal, but I'm looking forward Taskin's play as well.
Okay, and who are you supporting, darling?
I'm supporting Chittagong Vikings, and we are really very excited. Let's see what happens. Like we are feeling like we are going to win.
The boys are really playing very well today. So what do you think? The Chittagong Vikings are going to make it to the final or semi-final?
I think Chittagong Vikings is going to win. Yeah, today we are very happy. They are playing very good.
So what is your plan regarding the whole game and match?
Home game.
The home game.
We will win.
You will win. Chittagong Vikings are going to win. So Chittagong Vikings supporters are supporting their team wholeheartedly. So over to Combox.
Okay, Amrin, thanks. 94-5. Goes for it, gets underneath that one. There's a fielder coming underneath that one, but I think it's... Oh, did he get a hand to it? Eventually went over. Good effort to no avail. He's arguing the fact that those coming in his peripheral vision. That might have disrupted his concentration.
Mate, it was yours all the way. Got there, got a hand on it or two. Let's have a look. And has it gone all the way? Got the dive out, very fancy, but I think it was always going to go for 6. It's going away. Yeah, very difficult. Was touching it as he caught it on the line. Let's have a look. Animal Huck. Holding it, still holding it. And foot on the rope. 6er, here we go again.
What is interesting to see is try to flick it back. Does he do that before he steps over? That is the question. That will make the difference between the 4 and the 6, because it was punched back. Now, hands are touching the ball. His foot is touching that triangle, the advertising triangle. Should be a 6. He did flick it back. It dropped inside and spun back out again. There's one more frame. There. That should be a 6. Is it between two hands? Is it in the air? When he steps on that advertising triangle, is he holding it? It's not. Doesn't seem to be in his hand. It drops back inside and spins back out. So what is that? What do you reckon, Danny?
Look, let's not have a cup of tea. Let's get on with it. So he's going to say it's a 4. So boundary not 6. He's saying at the point of the foot really touching. Has he got complete control? Is it not touching? Let's just get on with the game. Prasanna, though,
Come on, boys.
is now putting the foot on the accelerator. 7 off 4.
Gives it a thump. There is a fielder. Just falling short of him. Yeah, well, they've got to throw caution to the wind now, haven't they? They're going back on the run rate, which is now being arrested to 6.4 runs per over. They've got 5 wickets in hand, just over 5 overs. Got to go for it. And he goes for it, and he gets the maximum. Just what the doctor ordered. Jumping down the wicket, lashing onto that, and tonking it away for the 600 up for the Barisal Bulls. 101 for 5. Lots of bowlers used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Early part of the innings, Danny, we saw chopping and changing. The intention was not to let the batsman settle down, and it worked. But since then, a bit of luck, a bit of bravado has brought them back into the game, the Barisal Bulls, with some big strikes of the ball. 23 runs coming in the last 2 overs.
Needs to happen, clearly. And that maximum from Prasanna. Last ball of the previous over. Well and truly fatted. Dilshan, just that 1 over. I can see that. He might only bowl just the 1 over. In the 20, does that. Picked up first wicket. Bit of a bonus, but they all count. Yeah, it was clean, wasn't it? It was a lovely, clean strike. That last ball of the previous over, Prasanna. He's got 22 from just a dozen. Islam bowled well from the broadcasting end. He's swapping around. What can he do in these death overs? 5 overs left. Here is that maximum. And as we say down under, that's as sweet as out of the middle. And boom! Good 70 metres or so. With the dancing shoes on. Gorgeous.
Actually, there are 29 runs of the last 2 overs, and taking it by the scruff of the neck is the captain at the moment, riding his luck. It's gone for it, but there's the fielder posted there. Is it going to go on? No! He's batted it over. He's gone for 6.
Oh, I love this game. Back-to-back maximums and a bit of misjudgment there at long off. And he'll be getting cursed all the way back to the pavilion from the bowler. Nice hang time, but also nice palm time.
It would have been a wonderful parry over if he was a goalkeeper. Unfortunately, he's the jump up. Maybe he came back a little bit earlier, had to throttle backwards to get to it. Maybe another foot behind and he could have done it easily. Not to be. Prasanna gets his 6. Very valuable hit. Missed out on that one, do you feel? Low full toss could have been put away.
Yeah, but sometimes you do find the fielder and you say, look, it's a bit unlucky. Well, that's the place to bowl. I do like that. He's looking to get the Yorker in. There'll be times when, of course, you've got to be brave. What do you come up with next year? Bowl that slow off cutter, hold it back a little bit more.
Full toss. Oh my goodness, it happened again. And it's possibly a no ball. No, I think it's a waste time. Salt rubbed into the wound. 6 and a free hit coming.
Oh, bring it on, baby. Sixes galore at the moment in the last half over. Last ball of the previous over disappeared. Then we've seen Rahman palm one over. Now this one. So here's a no ball. 50 partnership comes up. Got enough of it. Didn't quite get all of it. And there we go with the next one. Downtown for just one. But certainly the Bulls are starting to get a wriggle on in these death overs.
That's the waist high full toss umpire at square leg indicating that, and then once again it's happened. Couldn't latch onto it. Wouldn't have paid off because it was a no ball, but he'd have saved at least 5 runs. Throwing it wide would be signaled wide. It is. The bowler's getting a little unnerved here.
Yeah, and therein lies the challenge. From a bowling perspective, just disappeared a couple of times. Back there, take a deep breath, suck it all in, and get your execution of the Yorker right. Paramount to try and turn it around quickly. Only had half an over. This one's felt like it's gone on for ages.
Then bowling wide, he had to reach for that, extend his arms to its fullest, and just dabs it away for a single. Kafil Islam, who normally is content to bowl wicket to wicket, is now being forced to bowl it wide. Batsmen are giving him the charge. Bowled a waist high full toss, then a low full toss, the free hit. Got away with it. There's the options with the bowling. Zia Rahman went for quite a few despite his 2 wickets. Again, a Yorker, but just wide of the batter there.
More sixes than boundaries for the double Bs here this afternoon. Short arm jabs. Prasanna with 4 maximums. Loves the bottom hand, loves to go aerial, and says, thanks very much, I'll have a piece of you, Islam. And that palmed as well. Should have been caught.
Smashed away past the infield, whereas there is protection in the deep. And a single off the last ball of that over. 17 of that over, 16 completed, and the strategic timeout is taken. 118 for 5. Very shaky start for the Barisal Bulls, losing the wickets of Lewis, Ronnie, Shabir very early, and also Mehdi after 28 runs had to return. But there's been good fight back from Prasanna and the captain Mahmudullah Riyad, and they're making a habit of it. The Barisal Bulls starting off in a tottering manner, losing wickets very early and then recovering, going to go on and win matches. They've won 2 of their 3 matches despite horrendous starts, and evidence of that from this partnership, which is now worth 55 of 30. Look at that crowd that's built up here at the Zohar Ahmad Chaudhry Stadium. Oh, back to the rafters on that side. There'll be more coming in as the evening progresses. Wonderful sight here.
Yeah, sure is. Love this game, T20. Sun starting a little bit lower. Of course, match 14 starting at 6:30 local time.
Just trying to whip that away. Did he get a bit of bat on that or deflected off his body? Yeah. It's a leg by signal there by umpire Sharafudullah Shoykot. Amir into his 3rd over, 2 for 1. What wonderful figures he's got. 11 dots.
Yeah, let's see if he can finish well, because the last 3 overs disappeared for 46. So the Bulls putting the hammer down. Left arm round, left arm over. And let's see what Amir comes up with here. He's started beautifully, but now the deadly overs at the back end of the innings.
Gone for it, and he's played it just backward of square. Big smile on the face of Mahmudullah Riyad, and why not?
Wonderful position. Okay, it's a little short, course it is. Try to cramp him for room. I have to say the length is wrong. And with that field, yeah, fine legs up, and then you split the gap behind there. Deep backward square has no opportunity of getting in a bull's roar of this one.
Can be very dangerous, Mahmudullah, when he's on song. Just seem to be getting in the feel of the wicket now. Digs out that one well and ambles through for a single. See, the batsmen are going to throw most bat at the ball every opportunity they get, because they have been behind on the run rate, which is picked up now nicely to 7.52 runs and over.
Loving the headwear. Everyone's starting to get that much more excited here.
It goes down the play, but it's going to go right down the throat of Zia Rahman, I think, there in the deep. And the ploy to bring in Mohammad Amir a little earlier than needed has paid off. Come back strongly with the wicket.
Well, it was there. I have to say, it's there to be pumped, the length of it. Where there was a slight subtle change, maybe just a little bit. Didn't get all of it. And Gonski on the fence. Good size boundaries, of course, here in the gong. 6-1 down. And Prasanna a little annoyed because he knows that was there in the slot. He's gone for 36. It's 1-2-4 for 6.
Kevin Cooper is the new batter in. Straight away, he opens the count with his angled shot. He's had a good BPL. Been the man of the match on one occasion. Right-handed batter. 117th match for him. No 50s. That is a bit of a surprise. Good strike rate. He's in the middle because of this. Prasanna trying to hook it over the top. Mohammad Amir getting the toe end of the bat, and Elton Chigumbura, no problems in the deep.
Yeah. Rajneesh has just told me it was his 50th wicket for Amir in this form of the game, 2020 cricket. So 50 wickets for Amir. Well done, son. It's 126 for 6.
Three overs to go. The game nicely poised. Got the captain Mahmudullah Riyad on 44. He's looking good. He's looking for runs. Just lost his partner Sekuga Prasanna. That built up a very, very good partnership. Oh, that's going to be wide. Have to bowl that again.
Yeah, pressure of the death overs. Here is this 50th wicket for Amir. Yeah, I think Prasanna got a little grieved. He knew perhaps that it was a slot ball and should have put it over the fence, over the head of Chigumbura. Bowler, he knew he was on 49.
Full toss, played in the gap, but there should be someone there. Yep, picks it up, another single. Now what they're going to try and do, the batters, is just throw caution to the wind. They've got to take a few risks, use the feet, use the angles well. Not going to be easy. Highest wicket taker. He features in it now. Mohammad Amir has got 8. Topping with Mohammad Shahid and Mustafizur Rahman. The chap I was talking to you about earlier from Bangladesh. Revelation. There he goes. Big one. It's going. It's going. It's not quite making it. Oh, is it going to trickle over? No. I thought that was going to go for the maximum. But just got a couple of runs instead.
Saying it's only 2 only. Fielding, we're going to have to come upstairs and just to make sure. Lovely free-flowing blade there of Kevin Cooper. Didn't quite get all of it. And yeah, smart work. But has it trickled onto the rope? No. Well done. So saved a certain couple of runs there.
Not going to find the gap because he had to wait. What do you think of this crowd, Danny?
Yeah, superb, no doubt about it. So they've come in steadily all afternoon. Yeah, just on about Kevin Cooper, because he's that style of bowler himself, he bowls at the death and he bowls a lot of change-ups, does KC. So he waited well there. So I was intrigued as to see how he finishes, because there's still 2.5 overs to go. Yeah, sure, they've got to throw the old blade, but you've also got to be sensible about it. You don't have to go too manic, too crazy, as we see another one slide past point. It's good batting, it's cricket stroke play, rather than trying to baseball slog it everywhere.
Absolutely, and that's evidence of that. Mahmudullah Riyad, really elegant. He just opened the face of the bat, used the pace of the ball, placed it perfectly away from that fielder. Enough pace on it to take it away. He threaded the needle very nicely there. Lovely looking shot.
Here's a class act. He wants one more. Shammers for a fine half century. 49 from 42.
Played it wide. He gets on top of it and he gets his 50. With that single, Mahmudullah Riyad, take him out. He's produced a knock, deservedly getting his 50 and at a time of stress for his team.
Both the half centuries for the Barisal Bulls have come from this man, their captain. No one else has got to a half century. Mahmudullah, second time now in BPL 2015.
Kevin Cooper doesn't quite time it. He went for the big swing. Just got the toe end of the bat. Overdone, 18 completed, 137 for 6. who's Tamim Iqbal going to hand the ball to? He's just weighing his options. And that's interesting. Going to be the Zimbabwean skipper, Elton Chigumbura, who is going to bowl the 19th over. Interesting. He can mix them up. Look at that. 1 over, 16 runs. Now the captain calls upon him. What do you think of that decision?
Good luck, buddy. Yeah. Well, he's played a lot of international cricket, of course, as Elton Chigumbura. Heap of cricket for Zimbabwe. And be used to the pressure situation, noisy crowd in. He's up against Cooper. Give him the long handle. He's got a lot of men on the fence, on the onside. Change-ups, and you've got to be precise. Good surface, fast outfield.
Smashed that away. It's gone for the maximum. That stood up to be hit, and he's not going to miss out on that.
Pressure on. Talk about smoking it over cover. Stand and deliver stuff from KC. Not a good delivery to start the 19th. Banged in, had to wait a while, and then he gave it some with the bottom-handed Kevin Cooper. Sweet.
Sure did. More coming, I suspect. Oh, full toss over the infield. That's going to be a no ball. That's also another wayside full toss. That also ends up as a boundary, and some more bonus runs coming. Free hit.
Talk about drama. This is ideal for the double Bs. Try to flick it on the onside, lost sight of it for a bit, and gets a leading edge over short third man and screams away. Look at this. It's all for money going down the leg side. Clears third man comfortably inside the circle. So we've had a no ball. That's gone for 4. And we've had a maximum.
Poor Elton Chigumbura. Down the leg side. Oh, he's completely lost it. You can see it's playing on his mind, and he's telling himself, oh my goodness, Captain, why on earth did you hand me that ball?
Well, the shoe's on the other foot, isn't it? Captain Zimbabwe does Elton Chigumbura. And now the pressure is firmly on him.
Those are for the 4-wicket takers or a century maker. Hello, that's another wide. Overcompensating. The other one's down the leg side. This one's way outside the off stump. He does not want to bowl anywhere near the batsman now. It's still a free hit, is it? Yeah, 2 wides. Still a free hit.
And brings up the 150 now. Who would have thought early on, when they were 3 for spit, they were 3 for 12 inside the power play. Extraordinary. Now they're 150 for 6, and Chigumbura has lost the plot a little bit. Still got a free hit, and he's bowled 2 wides in a row.
Oh, is he going to get a wicket? But it's a free hit. No, he's not. The catch is taken. The spectators think it's a wicket, but it is the continuation of that free hit because of the 2 wide balls. Prior to that delivery, 1 ball was bowled and 13 runs were taken off 1 ball. Would you believe it?
Crazy old game this in the 21st century. Now the captain, Mumadullah, on strike. Still 4 deliveries to go in this over.
Full toss. Oh, that might be another one. Oh, that's interesting to see whether it was waist high. Couldn't put it away. Oh, I'd like to have a look at that side on again and see at what height it reached the batsman. Shafudullah Shoikat, the umpire.
Yeah, I'm with you, Shammers. I think that is above waist high, clearly there.
Got away with it. Donkey goes over the top, sailing away, almost into the stands now. This is a devastating over for Elton Chigumbura and the Chittagong Vikings.
Well, is this the change in match 13? Shake of the head from Tamim, the captain. Length bowling from Elton Chigumbura. And all Dilshan can do is watch it sail over his head.
Barisal Bulls going strong. They've already reached the highest score in the tournament. Taking a run, thinks of another run. The over is still not over. Still a few balls to go, Danny.
Yeah, this is a long over. 22 from it. One legitimate delivery to go. Tamim Iqbal. He's chewing on that gum feverishly. Massively frustrated with his call to get out in Chickenborough to bowl a 19.
Why did he go and do that? That's really unfortunate. Gets the toe end of the bat straight to the keeper. Well, Chickenborough can say he's broken this partnership. Important breakthrough.
Yeah, it's the captain. Geez, he just about put his back out reaching it. Yeah, a bit of fortune this for the Vikings. Easy catch through to Akmal. The captain has to go for a wonderfully compiled innings of 51. It's 159 for 7.
What a turnaround. We've got a new batter in for the last over. 6 legitimate deliveries to go. But just over 50 runs after 10 overs. And look what they have done in the last 9. Almost 100 runs. Extraordinary turnaround. Swings that around. Straight to the fielder. Fumble. Bit of a yes and no in the middle. Here comes the throw. And they've made good their ground.
Yeah, when I look at the state of this, Shimon, it was their lowest power play score for the Bulls. They were 22 for 3 after 6. Extraordinary. Good healthy edge, and see you later, captain. Celebrations for the Vikings crowd, but it is game on big time. 160 with still 5 to go.
Gone for it. Not quite getting it where he intended, but there's still a couple of runs because it deflected away into some open spaces here. That's just a comparison of the first half and the second half, Danny. 55 of the first 10 and 7 runs, and we've still got a few balls left.
Well, it just goes to show you, if you keep a level head about it, and that's certainly the key from Muhammadullah, the captain.
Here comes the throw to the keeper. That was a good option, but they ran through very quickly. Good understanding between the two.
And also the throw had to go right far to the other end to Akmal. Yeah, what a difference, as we were just chatting about in that 14th over. Look at Shaman was talking about that first 10. Well, I'll tell you what, look at the last 6 from the 14. Extraordinary. Brilliant.
Yorker length dugout made into a low full toss, straight as an arrow. Good coverage. That's what you got to do. Show some commitment in the outfield. Restrict the runs. Every run is so precious.
169 with a delivery to go for the Bulls. Regardless of what happens here now, 170 they've got to get. Who would have thought at 22 for 3 after the power play, 55 off the first 10. Crazy.
Swung his bat. There is cover in the deep. They go for 1, and that's all they're going to get. But what a score. 170 for 7. The Barisal Bulls. Game on, brother. No question about that.
Sure is. Last 7, get this, the last 7 overs went for 98 runs. That's what the Vikings conceded in match 13 of the BPL for 2015, powered by the BFL. It's all the Bs here in Bangers. And the double Bs can feel very confident now that they've posted 170. That will make that dressing room feel very, very positive indeed. When they were at one stage 22 for 3, 55 off their 10 overs to get to 170 for 7. Captain Mumadullah with 51, Prasanna 36 from 20, and Cooper not out 21 from 11 came to the party and have done the trick. Now had he got 28 from 25 was useful as well with his captain. Partnerships, that one there, Mumadullah and Mahedi, 40 off 42, 35 from 15 with Cooper, but Prasanna and Mumadullah, 61 from 34 is the standout partnership for the double Bs. Let's go sideline to Alistair Campbell.
Thanks very much, Danny. Yeah, Kevin Cooper alongside. Kev, jeepers, after that start to get to this total, that's a heck of an effort.
Yeah, I must say it's a great effort by the guys to reach 170. It was looking like 120, 130. I must say well done to the guys who stuck in and went around a ball and put away the bad balls. So I think we have a good total. It's all about going out there, getting key wickets and defending this total.
You've betted a bit out there now, so what type of wicket is it? I mean, you mentioned you know that 120 score, you were 3 wickets down very early. Is it a good pitch?
Yeah, it looks like a good pitch. The ball is still holding up a bit. You know, it's important that we get our field placing right and have the correct fieldsmen in the right places and bowl the correct lengths.
Now, your bowling has been your asset in this tournament thus far, so very important with that score on the board that you get it right.
Yeah, definitely. I think that if you watch all our games, our bowling has been very well. Our batting was disappointing. Well done to the guys to get 170, and we back ourselves to go out there and defend this. You know, it's a good wicket, but having said that, we have a great bowling lineup.
And you've got an important 4 overs to bowl as well.
Yeah, you know, anytime the captain calls on me to bowl, I'm willing to put my hand up for the team, and hopefully today's go good.
Good luck a bit later.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, very good all-rounder is KC, Kevin Cooper. Dilshan got the wicket early. Amir with a couple of wickets, that was fairly useful too. Shafal, he got 1. And Zuhair, he got a couple. Chickenbora picked up a bonus there. He disappeared though. Look at that. He bowled 2 overs, 1 for 38. Went for 19. So the bowling disappeared a little bit in those last 7 overs. Target for the Vikings. They need 171 runs to score in 20 overs. They've got their work to do. We're going to take a break. Don't go away. There is so much excitement here in the Gong.